Hi, my name is Brianna Chapman, and this is my digital portfolio of my summary. My summary of Is Smart Making Us Dumb. Right now, I'm reading question 2, which is describe your writing process for the response portion of your draft. My writing process for the response part of my essay was difficult at first. The reason it was difficult was because I had more of an ideas critic rather than a rhetorical critic. The reason it was difficult for me is because I have an easy time relating to the writing rather than saying how effective the writer was. Like in the first draft, I just wrote ideas critic, and how I related to the story, but in my second draft, I was able to use examples from the actual article, and I was trying to say how affected the reader was. Like, for example, hold on. An example would be in this first paragraph of the response part of my essay. At first, I used the snapshot example. I read some of it. The program called Snapshot and Progressive had its customers who wanted to participate put this device in their cars. That's something that I related to with good technology or good smart technology. And the rhetorical critic part was in this article, Morozov does a good job of convincing the reader that these types of technology are beneficial towards the human race when he describes a technology called a smart belt. And I go into detail about what that is. So I was trying to bring examples of what the author had wrote and how effective he was. And I also had to rewrite the progressive story because, like in the first draft of my This I Believe essay, I kind of got carried away with the storytelling, so I just kept it simple and just explained what the program I used was and what the benefits were of using this technology. And for question 3, what do you think is the one thing a reader is most likely to take away from your summary and response essay? The thing that I think the reader would take away, well, personally, I asked my mom what she took away after she read my essay, and she said that after reading the essay, she understood that certain technologies bring positive reinforcements and negative reinforcements. Some technologies reward you from good results and others punish you for bad results according to their standards. So that's what she took away from it. And I think that would be the best response for that question. And for question number 4, what challenges did you face as you sought to meet the essay's requirements? The requirements that I had a hard time meeting were the rhetorical critic. I read the feedback from my first draft and I realized that I had to put it in my essay. And the parts that I put in my essay were, in my first paragraph for the response part, I put, in the article, Morozov does a good job convincing the reader that these types of technology are beneficial towards the human race when he describes a technology called the smart belt. And for the second paragraph, I put the second point that I agreed with was when Morozov wrote that bad technology is meant to seek and not to expand. Morozov uses an example called the Smart Bench, which is an art project by Zhu Yanpeiak, and David Jemison, who are designers. And the last rhetorical critic part that I put in my essay was Morozov explains in his article that scientists from the University of Washington and Kyoto Sango University in Japan are now focused on creating blueprints to create a smart kitchen. According to Morozov, the smart kitchen would have video cameras that recognize what food we have in our hands and tell us if certain foods do not go together. And for the last question, which is, what specific questions do you have, and what particular areas of your essay would you like me to give feedback on? I was wondering if I did the rhetorical critic right. I did reread that, and it's kind of difficult for me to interpret that part. So if you could tell me if I did it right or not, and did I meet the requirements of the essay in general? I think for the second paragraph I did a much better job than I did with the first essay. And I read the rubric, and I think that I met all the requirements, but just give me any feedback. Anything would be awesome. Okay, thank you.